Taking a look at the staff changes for the College Football 25 Online Dynasty League that I'm hosting. So, up first, we got Texas defensive coordinator went to the NFL, so he has to start fresh, trying to hire and replace his defensive coordinator. We had the USF user ended up taking over for Oklahoma because Oklahoma's head coach got fired. So, the USF user is heading over to that team to control for next season. Then we got North Carolina's offensive coordinator retired. Ohio State's DC got fired, so he has to be replaced. And it looks like they already hired another defensive coordinator as well with Oklahoma's defensive and offensive coordinators. They both got fired. So Oklahoma is in a complete rebuild because once again the USF uh, user ends up transferring over to Oklahoma. Then North Carolina's offensive coordinator got hired. And what else we got to see from the user team standpoint? So that's pretty much the major changes so far as staff. As we continue on, we got offensive coordinator for Oklahoma getting hired. Uh, Defense coordinator for Texas got hired, and of course, defensive coordinator for Oklahoma got hired. So he's browsing around. It looks like because he's continuously firing and hiring. So we're going to see how the offseason looks like as we're going to end up starting that for the first time as we finish the first season off in the league that I'm hosting. So once again, looking forward for most of you guys to hop in to the league, head into second season, see who's best of the best. Right now we got 11 members so far. Let's try to fill it up and let's get it cracking. It's all new to me, so we just advanced. We got to the players leaving stage. If you look in the top right corner, it has persuasion 10 out of 10. So I'm guessing you have 10 chances to persuade people that's leaving early to the draft or uh, transfer portal, whatever the case may be. So this is my first time taking a look at it, and going to break down and recap some of the players that's leaving. So up first, we got our senior running back, Oscar Adaway the third. Uh, did play him a lot this season, especially when the first string got fatigued, but he also came in on crucial situations that helped me get my team a victory in the national championship. So kind of sucks that he's leaving. I believe I got some replacement recruits to fill in his shoes when needed. So um, it sucks that he's going to end up going. Then we got our backup quarterback. I did play with him a little bit when the first string starters went out, um, just because of blowouts happening in some of the games I played. He wasn't the greatest. Um, I passed with him instead of ran with him. He's more of a mobile option quarterback, so I didn't get to see his full potential. But as far as passing, he wasn't the greatest when he did get to play. Then the right guard, I'm not sure if he was starting, so I'm not too sure how he played. Then third string quarterback is leaving. Um, didn't really play with him at all, I don't believe. He may played a few snaps, which I may not have noticed due to the fact that, had a couple injuries between the first and second string during games, but those players end up coming back into the game, so I believe I only played with him like a couple of snaps throughout the season. He was pretty balanced, but not OP or too trash. Then we got Dallavon Campbell, receiver number five. He played mostly in the interior slot. So, like when I ran five wide, he was a very inside receiver next to the slot receiver. I didn't use him that much, but he did make some crazy catches because he does have the bronze layout ability. So, if I overthrew him, he was able to make a acrobatic diving catch. So he was decent. He was 6'4". That height really helped him out. So he's graduating senior. Then we got Luke Dottie. Didn't really see too much of him. He did come in, play a couple of snaps, but I didn't really throw him the ball as much. He's graduating. Then we got Huggins Bryce. Number one, you guys did see, I believe he made a touchdown catch in the national championship. So he was a crucial part of, getting us to the national championship. And he made some great touchdowns. Also, he was a deep threat, so when needed, if he did have a mismatch, I did throw him a lot of passes from time to time. So he played very well this season for us as he's graduating. Then receiver number seven, just like him, he had a couple touchdowns in the national championship, so he was another go-to receiver for me to look for. Um, Once again, he helped us get us all the way to the national championship, so he's another person that we're losing that was decent. Um, but we got some great recruits coming in to this team to pretty much refill these, especially two players leaving. So we got our senior center. He was dominant this season. He didn't really give up too much sacks throughout the season. Didn't really let interior linemen just instant block shit on runs. He pretty much held down, as you guys see, his abilities that he has. So he was a really good center. He was an 84 overall. It sucks to see him leave. So I believe I have a recruit come in to refill for him. Then Peyton Magrum, he number 13, he really did not see the field this season. So as you guys see, he's a 64 overall. So he did not see the field at all. Left guard held it down. He's an 84 overall. He done decent this season. Wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, but he was kind of balanced. He done his part to get us all the way, so he's graduating. Our tight end, he's a 56 overall. Didn't see him at all throughout the season, so unsure what his capabilities are. And then our starting running back that held it down. You guys see his abilities. Dude is nasty. So he's projected to go round number 7 in the NFL draft. So it's great to see that we have one of our players heading to the draft. So hopefully he gets drafted, but it sucks that we're losing him. You guys seen the highlights throughout the season, especially against Texas. Man, he broke off some big epic runs. So I'm glad I was able to get him to the next level and see how he does. And then our starting tight end, number 6, Joshua Simon, he made some great plays in the national championship as well. It sucks to have him leave. He made some great epic catches throughout the season for me, especially on like fourth downs. So he was very clutch. It sucks that he's not going into the draft, but you know he done his part, and he was a great tight end to have. He was also fast, so he was very good. Then we got our, I believe, backup center. Um, I didn't really see him play that much. He probably came in from time to time, held it down for from our first string getting fatigue or so. But all I can say he was pretty much balanced. But like I said, I didn't see too much of him play. Um, but you guys see the abilities he has. So he is a great center to have. It's unfortunate he's unable to go to the next level as he is at 81 overall. So that was the offense. Now we're taking a look at the defense. I'm not going to cover every single person on the defense, but I just want to make sure of certain individuals that I may be losing, which is going to be devastating. Our right end 91. So I mostly used him um, in the interior for D tackle. You guys seen how dominant he was, especially the run game against Georgia in the national championship. He was dominant, as you guys see, basically his abilities and mental. So he had gold inside disruptor, silver outside disruptor, and then he was great on the option. So, on option plays, there was times where he did make some crazy stops, jumping the pitch, making pretty much pick six, forced fumble six. I believe there was a couple of highlights of that happening throughout the season, but he was overall dominant as a D tackle. But he was dominant at both positions, D tackle and right end. He done the job, especially in national championship, to help us win. Then our D tackle as well played alongside of him. He done well. So both of them is graduating, both seniors. Um, oh my gosh, I'm losing Kyle Kennard. So I just preached about him in the national championship. This dude went off in the national championship. So you guys see that his go quick jump. I broke it down in one of the plays showcase that he jumps the snap, gets to the quarterback. He pretty much helped me win that game alone. I think he got defensive player of the game as well because the amount of sacks he showed up in that game. So I put him at right end for those that didn't see the national championship breakdown video against the non-star lineman that Georgia had. And man, he turned it up. So I ended up when we stopped in the game plan from Georgia that was trying to establish the run. When he had a pass, this dude showed up, and it sucks that he's not going drafted. He done very well throughout the season for me. And then we're losing our middle linebacker starter. Very unfortunate. I got a lot of user interceptions with him. He's very good. And then we're losing our other middle linebacker. Oh my God. I got a lot of interceptions with him as well. So I'm losing some key players on defense. And you guys see the overalls as well. We got a lot of high 70s, high 80s. So our defense, we got to reload completely on defense because we lose a lot of great players. Also, a cornerback, he was pretty much locked down. He got a lot of picks for me throughout the season. Um, as well, I believe Ford, our strong safety, ended up winning the one of the awards. Um, as a 68 overall. Might not be him. I I believe it was our other safety, our starter. But one of our DBs won the award for the season. So, but yeah, just in general, we're losing some key players. I know Georgia users are gonna be happy that I'm losing this guy because it's very unfortunate because this dude got to him a lot throughout the game. I believe he gave up like 7 or 8 sacks. I mean, he was in minutes. He was like Lawrence Taylor for me. And then I believe that's pretty much it. Kicker and punter, I don't think we're losing. Oh, we're losing on punter. I didn't really punt the ball that much or at all this season. Uh, he did have some crazy physical abilities, mega leg, chip shot, field flip. So he was a great punter. It's unfortunate we're losing him due to graduation. So outside of that, it just looks like we only have one guy going projected to get drafted. So that's our running back. So it's great to see at least one person going pro. Everybody else just graduating. And it's unfortunate we didn't get a lot of these players drafted, but it's all good. All we got to do is just recruit. At least we don't have anybody transferring yet. Not sure if they showcase that in this, but they might have a transfer portal coming up next in the next advancement for the off season.